that we're not just having everybody print I like that, a Yoda keychain. We're not having students just print the same thing. It's not like everybody just sees it work. Now, even if you see it work, it's pretty fascinating, and I think for middle school students especially, to be excited by some technology like this, so that they could go on to the high school and be excited. That, in and of itself, I think is valuable. However, as design and technology education teachers, we want process. We want students to learn about the design process from pencil and paper to PLA, which is what we print with, which is polylactic acid. We can also print EDS, but it's got a little bit more of an odor, and PLA is a plant-based polymer, so it's a little bit more e-friendly also. So a concrete experience is really important to what we develop because we want students to really understand what it is that they're doing. So in addition to teaching about the basics of the machine and especially applying math skills that they're learning about, coordinate mapping and X, Y, and Z coordinates and what the full 3D concept, which can be tough for middle school students who don't think as abstractly as high school students do. So it's good to developmentally integrate also. We try to develop an activity that lets students be designers and follow the process, and you'll see some of our paperwork in here, so that you can see kind of our process. And it's still developing also, of course, because we've only really run this activity for about a semester.
The machine running in class, but other than that, they started with little to no knowledge, and we gave them this pre-test to see where they were at, to get an idea of how they might find uses for this machine. And in our presentation today, we included some of our sample questions to get a read on what kids thought about 3D printing and the design process that goes along with it. So we asked them simple questions, and we did it with a Google form, so we could distribute it widely. We have our students all come to class with Chromebooks, so they bring their device to class. 10-question Google form just to get a baseline, and just simple questions. What material does our printer use? We asked them questions like, what other materials can a 3D printer use to print? So this by most people's standards is starting to become dated technology. The people in the aerospace industry and the auto manufacturing industry are printing stuff out of different alloys of steel. There's edible 3D printers that print stuff out of a marshmallow-like substance. I mean, this is not that it's super dated, but it is certainly far from brand new. So there's a wide range of things that you can print with a 3D printer. We asked some questions like, if you had one at your home, what could you imagine using it for? And at the beginning, some of them, because they didn't know exactly how it worked, they didn't understand the process, they weren't exactly sure how they might use it in real life. And I think it's powerful that that as we finish the process, that more students than not could imagine using one in their everyday life. Important to include in our conversation today is we were able to cut half of the cost of integrating a 3D printing program into a school by using a free Google SketchUp Pro license that the state of Vermont offers to all schools.
So we have them export their files.